Hey team, this is Evolve Strong with CJ, and this is CJ. So I help you lose 10 pounds and 5 inches in 28 days. That is my claim to fame. And I use real food, real work. I do not give any kind of fads, any kind of diet, weird diets. I believe, you should have, life isn't worth living without a few donuts and a good IPA beer every now and again. All right. So listen up today, all about what is the minimum base amount of exercise I should be getting in order to achieve minimum but good results. Okay. I'm not talking about, individuals like myself. I'm talking about those of you who are trying to fit in movement in your busy, hectic schedules on a weekly basis, and why, and the base minimums for movement. Okay. So let's just get right down to the science. The professionals out there say you need at least, let me see this here real quick, at least 200, about 200 to 250 minutes of increased heart rate a week. 200 to 250 minutes of increased heart rate a week. Now, we have, our baseline, metabolic rates. We have our baseline heart rate. What I am saying, which is the easiest way to comprehend this, is if you are moving and you are breathing heavily and you are beginning to perspire, that is increasing your heart rate. And let's just put this out there right now. If you do this for a sustained 15 minutes or more, you're doing great. So if you just go out there and you try and just do for 5 minutes, unless you're doing like a Tabata or like this really crazy sprint, which I don't, unless you are accustomed to this and you have built your way up to that type of intensity, I would very strongly tell you not to do that. What I will tell you, though, is build up to it so that you can get there. But for now, what I would say is at a minimum in 15-minute increments, figuring out how to get to 250 minutes combined. So listen, if you get up 15 minutes earlier in the morning and you go for a brisk walk, or it's too cold outside like it is here in New Mexico right now, what I would do is, you can just basically march in place, jog in place, jumping jacks, squat jumps, burpees, whatever level you're in. And if you can't even do that, maybe you could just sit down and, shuffle your feet while you're seated, or move your arms, right? You could always move your arms. You could just punch, right? You could do different multiples. Say you could do that for 1 minute, take a 30-second break. Do another minute, do a 30-second break. These are the type of things that you could be creative as hell with. I would even suggest, though, especially in the morning, getting some core workout, doing just basic crunches. You could even do them from your bed. You could do sitting down leg lifts. You always should involve your center of gravity or your core. If you do this sustainably for 15 minutes, but you can't take too much of a break to where your heart rate comes all the way down. You got to get that heart rate up and keep it there to where you are, you're huffing and a puffing and you're starting to break a sweat for 15 minutes. Now listen, you do 15 minutes in the morning, just like what I just told you. And then right after dinner, and this is a great way, there's a lot of science behind after you eat, if you get movement rather than just going and sitting on a couch. I know it's like, it could be a battle because you're tired, right? So what you need to do is you need to go ahead and when you're right after dinner, really hone in and focus on going out and getting some movement. Go for a walk, go for a jog, or get on your incumbent bike. Do something active, right? Again, huffing and a puffing, getting a little sweat. I would venture to say probably no burpees, probably no full sit-ups. You're gonna be throwing that shit up, right? So listen, so if we do 30 minutes a day, just like that, right? 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, right? So let's look at this. So that's 4 days a week. That's all you got to do, 4.5 days a week. So do that Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday. You will achieve the minimum based results needed to better your health. And what I'm getting at here is cardiovascular health number one. Listen, when you start moving and your body is forced, your heart is forced to pump at a greater rate, at a greater, capacity, what is it doing? It is pumping blood at levels that your body normally doesn't have. So it's bringing oxygen, it's bringing nutrients, it's cleansing all of the toxins. It is it is helping unplug some of the arterial walls because of the higher pump rate that you have. So your cardiovascular health increases. That's the number one biggest deal. Now, number two, pulmonary output. It is forcing your lungs to breathe. It is forcing you to pull in more air than you normally do, increasing lung capacity, bringing more oxygen into your systems, meaning there's more oxygen and nutrients going to all of the vessels in all of the body parts, right? That you normally do not have, right? Okay, that's number two. Your endocrine system, the skin is beginning to flush and to get all of those toxins out. It's amazing what this organ does, right? It excretes a lot of toxin, protects the bodies. Think about, all the perspiration, getting all that shit. You're literally sweating shit out, right? That's why I think very strongly that if you're hungover and you sweat it out, I am a huge advocate for that, because I know you're sweating a lot of those toxins out, right? Now, so let's talk about like the chemistry of the body. So we talked just about the cardiovascular aspect, the pulmonary aspect. We talked about the endocrine. Now let's talk about just hormones, the chemistry. So we have this stress hormone called cortisol, right? We're sitting at our desk and we get bings and dings and emails from bosses, and we're getting all kinds of crazy like stresses, deadlines, and all kinds of stuff in our head. Our husband or our wife is calling us. We got to pick up kids. We're just lambasted. But we're not moving. We're not burning that cortisol off. We're just sitting here, right? So what movement does, and what is beautiful about movement, when you are actually increasing your heart rate, you are actually upticking or burning off those stress hormones. You're burning them off. That's what it's all about, okay? And then the cool part is you kind of get like icing on the cake. So you get a release of what we call dopamine, serotonin, epinephrine. These are hormones that make you feel good. They make you feel relaxed. They make you feel energized. They make you feel in love. And I'm being real. When I say those who sweat together stay together, there truly is some science behind individuals who actually, sweat together, because it releases these love hormones, the dopamine, and you actually do. It's funny. So anyways, that's a little aside. Okay, and let's talk about our fifth greatest benefit of getting at least 250 minutes of movement. It's our metabolism, okay? So when we're moving like this, our metabolism goes up. What a metabolism is, it's like the overall like engine of burning, bringing in food, burning the food off, storing it in fat stores and all that. So what it does is it increases metabolism, because our body's having to work, right? So all the energy is having to be burned, right? So the metabolism is high while the body it's like putting the pedal to the metal in your car, right? It's bringing a lot of fuel in. So it's burning off all of this stuff. So that actually increases, it actually helps burn fat stores and burns energy, which decreases your weight and your fat. So that is the baseline minimum that you need on a weekly basis. And again, guys, it is never a destination. It is always a journey. Those of you in Rise of the Phoenix, this is the science and the reason why we require you 4 hours a week. So it's not just because it's arbitrary, just, CJ said or Christine said, right? No, it's actually what is required of us. It's science. It's what the science states, okay? And you got to do at least 15 minutes increments, okay? But, if you just come into Evolve and do that, Beautiful. We love, 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 love to have you be able to do that. Okay. But with that said, guys, and I think I got the things wrong here. So if I think I multiplied 30, so it's about 8 days. So you're gonna have to figure out a little bit more if you're doing it every day. So my apologies. I got 15-minute increments in the morning and in the evening. That's half hour. So that's an hour every 2 days. Oh, it's still so it's about, well, yeah, 2 days time. Yeah. So, anyways, you can do the math. Hell, I as a Harvard graduate, I'm only a trainer. I count down from 8. Anyways, 250 minutes. This shit done. All right. Hey, from my heart to yours, guys. Hey, if you need help and you need to get that 250 minutes and you just need a fun place, I'll tell you, the shot class is back, and man, it's having a great time. That's at least 1 hour a week. You just got to figure out the other 4. Okay. So I would love to, if you're just listening in, you can zoom in, you can come in, just hit me up, cj@evolvestrong.com or 505-872-3408, 505-872-3408. That's funny. I need to actually have like a little jingle that I have to put in there. All right. Again, from my heart to yours, remember, start strong, stay strong, always be evolving up most strong. Until the next time. Bye, guys.